Love it. Well, that takes us nicely off to our next topic. Let's discuss it. Look, Barbie, it's done $1 billion at the global box office. What do we think of this? So, $1 billion worldwide. It has been slowing down domestically, though. Like it has significant drop-offs week on week. First weekend was well over 100 million at the bottom. What did it do domestically? Week one, it was well over 100 million, because then second week it was down to like 90 odd. Now it's down to like 50 odd or something like that.
Yeah, it did rather well, and it bums me out. What do I think about this? I weep for humanity's future.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
I think there's a few things to dive into with this, though, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, it has done really well. I think it was always going to do really well because it's such a massive brand.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's done as well as it has consecutively.
Yeah. The fall off, as you noted, was not dramatic. I mean, weekend to weekend. I mean, it's if the first weekend it fell off, in the second weekend by 43%. In the third weekend, it fell off an additional 43%. So it's gone from 162 domestic to 93 domestic to 53 domestic.
Yeah, so. But I think now, judging on its trajectory, I don't think it will catch Super Mario Brothers. I'd be surprised if it does.
Well, it's got another 200 million it's got to make.
Yeah, but it's
like 300, isn't it? It's $1.3 billion now, Super Mario.
Yeah.
I mean, Barbie's almost like almost 1.1, or it's about halfway to 1.1.
Oh,
so it's okay. As far as global goes. But I mean, I'm looking at the numbers. It's 1042. So it is 58 million from 1.1. But look, I see that. I think it could get to 1.2, 1.3 billion. But what's incredible is that it made it across 1 billion in 17 days. I mean, it did it very quickly.
Didn't it take Mario 26 days, wasn't it? I think,
yeah.
Right.
And so
26 days from its release. Look at that with some memory on me.
Yeah, it did well. But comparatively, Barbie's still out in front as far as that goes. It just depends on what this fall off is. So, I mean, as far as the film having legs, we've already seen it decline 43%, 43%. So whether or not it has more retention in it that stays at that same level, then maybe it'll get there. Maybe it'll reach Mario. But again, what is going to hit the theaters that's going to pull fan interest or moviegoers' interest away from that film? You only have two films out there right now that people are jumping on. We didn't get a huge response here in the States to the Meg, the Meg 2, The Trench, and you didn't see anybody care about Mutant Turtles, and you didn't see anybody care about Haunted Mansion. And I mean, there's not a lot of care for a lot of things being dropped in the theaters right now.
The thing is, when I saw the Haunted Mansion trailer, I actually didn't think it looked that bad. Personally,
I would rather poo, but that's just me.
No, I thought it looked like an actual scary-ish Disney movie. Some of the scenes were like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, for like a kids movie. Like I was looking at it the aspect of from a kids movie. I was like, it doesn't look that bad, but I already knew that it was going to be a bomb. There's so many people out there that just aren't
for it, was there?
Not hardly any.
Yeah, man, this could actually happen. Barbie could actually beat out Mario. I'm now looking at a side-by-side day-to-day comparison.
Well, Mario's done 1.355 billion. So, I mean, it could do.
It seems to me, though, that Mario kept quite a bit of legs on at various points.
Yeah, I mean, that just continued. Like, it was always there.
If anything, like it regained steam about the third Saturday. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether I think that this will have. I don't know. I mean, look, $1 billion is amazing. Like
a lot of money.
Let's not misconstrue it. Like I'm not poo-pooing it's $1 billion. Well, how can you? Right, the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, but especially for as little as it was required to make, it was really. I mean, it's still being misreported on the numbers, but it cost them about $158 million to make the film. Now you throw another 100 million in production at it, so we're at $260 million worth of like outward expense. So you're going to pull in 50%, if just roughly, from your receipts, and so if you make $520 million, you're in the black. From that point forward, it's gravy. So I tell you what, Warner Brothers is jumping up and down right now.
Well, you know what? They're not actually. They are and they're not. So they want to get a sequel off the ground, but apparently Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling have not signed any contracts.
Oh, that's because it's freaking
they're not under contract.
Mattel. Oh man.
So they're not jumping up and down too much because they are not under contract. Their Barbie and their Ken are not under contract. They don't have to come back. They can, but they don't have to, and they now can name their price, especially Margot Robbie, who is a producer on Barbie.
Yeah.
So they can name their price if they want it.
Ouch.
And they're gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you? You've got all the bargaining power.
Huh.
They screwed themselves. Warner Brothers do this. They did it with Todd Phillips and Joker, and they've done it with the Mattel and
God, they
Barbie,
did, didn't they?
I
don't think people realize just how bad that Joker deal was for the studio.
They made like no money out of that $1 billion.
None. We're distributing it. You should have made it. What the heck? This was $55 million film that went over $1 billion, and you distributed it. You didn't make it. This is bad.
Fucked
Very
it so
bad.
Massively.
Oh, it happens. It happens. But here's the thing. I don't know that a sequel is going to have the same lightning in a bottle moment for this thing.
No. Well, yeah, I don't want to sound so cocksure, but it doesn't. I don't know. Where'd you go with it? Like, what'd you do?
Well, I mean, you've already emasculated and destroyed every Ken.
Yeah.
You relegated them back to second-class citizens. You know.
Well, you showed what can happen if Ken stops simping. They rule the world. So
yeah.
I swear,
Nick,
if this movie,
haven't heard much from you.
If this movie beats Mario, like the world is officially going to be going to shit at that point in time.
Well, it already has, but I hear you.
Oh, good God! But it, like Culture was saying, after looking at the numbers and stuff, it's looking like it's on its way to beat Mario.
Again, if it tails off more, like again, we have to watch. I'm going to now watch the trend for the next week, day to day, and see what happens with it. But if it actually just falls off, which that could happen. I've seen that happen with films. Just stop. But again, you're feeding a film to an audience that's primarily female. Speaking with a broad brush, females don't normally return to see films a second time. They just don't. There's a demographic.
But also, it's important to note is that women are not the majority share of cinema goers anyway. No. But I think they were for this. So although they don't repeat the view, generally speaking, I think they came out in their droves to see this. And then obviously, all these people with their partners had to come along as well, and ladies' night, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I mean, it was lightning in a bottle, but who knows whether they... Another one? I don't know. But I don't want to sound too sure on it. We'll see. We will see. We will see. There isn't much competition for it at this point in time. That's the issue, I think.
And we're getting a sequel now.
Well, they are and they're not, though. Like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling not signed on, so look, that was really, really dumb. But I do know what you can do. You can get yourself a Kenergy t-shirt. You can.
Yeah.
I
have it over on Mixed Tees right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you actually selling that? Is awful. Are you actually selling that?
It's fantastic.
That is the most pixelated stuff ever.
It's made up of stars. That entire image, if you get up close to it, it is all stars. So you can get yourself a Kenergy t-shirt. You can get
that a hairnet on his head.
We've got no. Again, You've got I Am Kenough coming out. We've got some more stuff coming out to service your Ken needs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. Shilling your stuff.